Hello, Coach Hudgens. This is SemGroup's presentation on the 5 forces that have potential to affect personal best athletics. But before we get started, we would like to thank you so much for entrusting us to analyze PBA and the industry. We utilize the 5 forces model of competition. It is the most powerful and widely used tool for systematically diagnosing the principal competitive pressure in the market. So, let's get started.
First off, we have rivalry among competing sellers. This is the tug of war that you've got going on with all the different athletic clubs and training facilities around town. We rated rivalry amongst competing sellers as strong because of 5 things. Number 1, the market is quite standardized. The majority of the competition is offering exactly the same thing, a cookie-cutter training program. Workouts and competitions, rinse and repeat. Club 1 and WSA have deviated from this workout and competition model by implementing a focus on college prep. Number 2, low switching costs. The majority of your main competitions' membership fees are within the same range. Match this with a standardized market, and if an athlete or parent's expectations aren't met, they can easily pack up and move on to another club or training program. Number 3, buyer demand is growing but not rapidly. There is a limited number of buyers, your customers or your athletes, so the suppliers, the clubs and the training facilities, must fight for any customers that they can get. Number 4, diverse objectives amongst competitors. Although the product is mostly the same, the method is different. Your vision, your purpose, and the way you run PBA has differences, so your buyers have options. Number 5, emotional stakes. Youth athletic coaches see the bigger picture. You understand the necessity of being a coach that cares about the future of their athletes with or without sports. You know and understand the emotional ties of this profession. You put blood, sweat, and tears into your work, and you'll do anything to see PBA succeed. Your competitors are the very same way. They won't go down without a fight, and that creates high exit barriers.
We chose to label the threats of new entrants as moderate because there is a combination of strong and weak threats for entering into the market. Entry threats can be considered strong because the barriers to entry in this market are low, which means it is easier for companies to enter into this market space. However, even though it is easy for a company to enter into the market, they can be considered a low threat if they do not have sufficient capital or strong connections in place. The only way a new entrant can be considered a strong threat is if it is a large competitor who has sufficient capital and strong connections already in place. If other industry members have built up strong differentiation and have cost advantages, a new entrant could be considered a weak threat. This industry as a whole could be considered weak because of the low profitability. This is why we chose to rate the threat of new entrants as a moderate threat.
There is a moderate threat from substitute products in the club sports and personal fitness industries. There are many substitutes available representing various levels of price and performance quality. These range from fitness DVDs and free online community-based resources to in-home gyms and nonprofit fitness clubs. In general, these substitutes emphasize convenience and/or price as selling points, while for-profit fitness trainers offer the best performance results. Contract cancellation fees may be a switching cost, as may investments in equipment, but switching costs away from personal and club trainers are generally rather low.
We have decided that there is a moderate to high bargaining power of suppliers. In this case, suppliers have full control over training space and equipment. Sports facilities may eliminate contract, reduce training space, or stop providing space at any time. This is mainly because of the size of the company. The sports facilities cannot get many benefits from working with PBA. The cost of hosting PBA athletes may also become higher for the suppliers. What can also bring this bargaining power to moderate is the fact that suppliers are not concentrated and the supplier's product is not very differentiated, which means that there are many suppliers and the cost of switching from one to another is low.
Higher bargaining power is the strength consumers have against a supplier and results when consumers band together to establish their demands. For personal best athletics, this is something to largely consider. Entire teams could switch clubs, or single families could decide that they would like to work with a new trainer. In a case like the 2 previously stated, the buyers have all the power. It would greatly benefit personal best athletics to find a niche in athletic training that produces product scarcity and adds more job security. The reason we have rated buyer bargaining power moderately high is due to that buyers have little to no switching costs, parents or the buyers are very price sensitive. Quantity of training is most likely bought in large packages, and it's fairly differentiated compared to other trainers. Also, there's a lot of substitute products available and other trainers that can be worked with.
So just to give you a quick recap of the industry, rivalry is strong, the threat of new entrants is moderate, substitute products are moderate, the bargaining power of suppliers is moderate to high, and buyer bargaining power is moderately high. Once again, Coach Hudgens, we thank you so much for entrusting us with personal best athletics, and we wish you all the best.